But some other big news that was recently announced, there will be a Trans-Tasman series between Australia and New Zealand at O'Brien Icehouse in Melbourne in 2024, March 15 to 17. And I am super pumped to have international hockey back. We need more of it across the board. Get people involved, get packed houses, because people will come out. They'll come out in numbers to support the national teams. And I think I think it's good against New Zealand. I think we should have close association with New Zealand hockey and Australian hockey and work together to build the sport in the region. So I'm super pumped.
Yeah, 100%, Duke. So I remember it might have been 10 years ago when the Worlds were at O'Brien Icehouse, and I remember Joey Hughes tore up that tournament, and as someone who'd only just started really sinking my teeth into the game locally, to see the national team performing in that competition and see some of the skill that we have locally really sort of locked me in for, all right, I'm going to come and watch this as often as I can. And for those players to get that extra preparation under their belt, it's an awesome thing. When I did see the Trans-Tasman series coming up, I did think it was going back to the glory days of 2012 when the Melbourne Ice, international champion hockey club, took out who we beat, the Botany Swarm and Stampede, I think.
Yeah,
Stampede, a few of those jerseys still floating around, but I'll take international hockey any day as well.
He had to slide that in there, didn't he?
The only Trans-Tasman champions, not the Trans-Tasmanian champions, the Trans-Tasman champions.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I think yeah, as Sean makes a comment, they need to make this a yearly thing, perhaps even at more rinks around the country. I think the appeal with O'Brien is that they're very supportive, and I know in my chat with IHA GM Adam Warno, he referred to it as a genuine three-way partnership. So, it's the biggest rink in the country. If we're going to pack it out, it makes sense to have it there for now. But yeah, I would love to see them do other things around the country to help. Not everyone wants to travel to Melbourne or can travel to Melbourne, so that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really good spectacle. And, our national teams go overseas 5 weeks later. So it's a bit of a tune up for that.
Yeah, I know, Andrew did touch on the Trans-Tasman Champions League, and that concept was really exciting. And it was disappointing it was only the 1 year. So if we can have things that are yearly between either clubs in Australia, New Zealand, or the national teams, it's only a positive.
Yeah, you just let it grow. Obviously, the hockey community in Australia is going to know about it and get around it. We've seen the Mighty Roos play exhibition games against AIHL All Stars, IHV teams, etc. But if we know that it's out there, that sporting rivalry, it doesn't matter what sport it is. If there's an opportunity for us to get one over our friends across the ditch, then it's going to capture someone's imagination. So, let it grow. Bring people in. We're not going to be seeing the US and Canada come down to the Ice House, but we can see some really good competition and help grow the game, with our friends across the ditch. So, I'll be there.
Here's a question from Sean. They almost brought it back last year in 2022, but decided on the international series instead. What are people's preferences between the two?
You want to see the best players. You want to see the best players play, and that's going to happen with international squads, isn't it? I think I saw might have been one of one of the Newcastle players mentioned, it's his only opportunity to come to Melbourne and actually have people cheer for him instead of idiots like me hanging over the glass giving him grief. So, what a great thing for folk to be able to come and play in front of a full house as well, and pull on the colours and have that. So, as much as I'd love to see the Ice drop another banner when we run over the top of the rest of our friends over there, but I think let's get around the Mighty Roos.
And if the Canberra rink gets built, which was the stands right around 3,500 or something, could you imagine the Mighty Roos playing there? It would just, the atmosphere would be unreal.
Yeah. What a road trip.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And the merchandise that they sold. So just when you have the Australian national team playing, I know they grossly underestimated the merchandise sales last year at O'Brien, and they sold out of the jerseys. And so it's a really good opportunity to for IHA as well to be able to fill the coffers a little bit, and for people to recognize that we do have national teams in this country that participate in tournaments overseas, and there's different ways that we can support them. And that's a really smooth segue into the next point about IHA just announced today a partnership with the Australian Sports Foundation to support its national team. So the under-18 women's team is playing a Division 1B in January. Get around them if you can. The under-20 men's team is playing in Division 2. And they put out that you can make a donation through the Australian Sports Foundation that's tax deductible. $650 covers a player's kit, and $1,000 pays for a pre-tournament, their pre-tournament, a warm-up costs or training costs, etc. So I think that's a really good initiative, a clever way to support national teams.
And really important to get around that and support it, because we do want the best players picked playing. You don't want scenarios where folk unable to pull on the colours because of the cost being prohibitive. So I know a lot of effort goes into that fundraising, and so it's great for the players to get that support. But that grassroots support from club mates, etc., is really important too.
And if you can dip into your pockets, because these two teams, they're really good teams. So I know you have mentioned it, GG, plenty of times. The fact that the under-18 women's team are in the top 20 in the world is crazy. So if we can get out and support as much as you can, please do.
Yeah. And Sean also mentioning IHA has been busy as well, partnered with Torrens University, opportunities for staff such as Andrew Egan to be able to study, and for students from the uni to get placements within IHA, and vice versa. So that's really good initiative there as well.